Tyler here. Just about an hour ago, CNN came out with a news article talking about the new Supreme Court ruling that just happened today. I have about 30 minutes before midnight, and I saw this article. The Supreme Court throws out the Biden administration's eviction moratorium. So in this video, we're going to talk about what the ruling was through the Supreme Court and talk about what are the consequences, what is going to be the aftermath now that their eviction moratorium is gone. There is no more of that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this specific article here. Zoom in here. Give me a second. So right there at the top, it says the eviction moratorium was squashed by the Supreme Court. They blocked the COVID-related moratorium. It says Congress was on notice that a further extension would almost surely require new legislation. Yet it failed to act in the several weeks leading up to the moratorium expiration, the court wrote in an unsigned 8-page opinion. Basically saying, you guys had plenty of time as Congress that if you really wanted to extend this, it needed to be done in Congress. And if it wasn't going to be done in Congress, we probably aren't going to allow this to be extended. However, on August 3rd, the CDC put out an opinion saying that we're going to extend this. The Biden administration urged that the CDC recommend extending the moratorium, even though they knew that it probably wasn't going to go through the Supreme Court, realizing that, hey, it's probably going to take a couple months for this to get to the Supreme Court, so we have some time. We're going to require it, but we know it's not legal. The politics that they are played is just, it's mind-blowing to me. It says, if the federal imposed eviction moratorium is to continue, Congress must specifically authorize it, said the court. This was a 6-3 ruling in the court. The landlord groups challenged the eviction ban, pointed to the curation recent by Justice Brett Kavanaugh, basically saying he sided with it only because that it was going to expire on July 31st. Well, when it did expire, that's when the CDC came in trying to save the day for all of those tenants out there that potentially could lose their homes. However, the court pointed out that the decade-old statute the CDC was relying on to defend the moratorium, and the court said that it strains credulity to believe that this statute grants the CDC sweeping authority that asserts. They're basically saying that the CDC just provides opinions. They can't make law, and if law is going to be made, it has to go through Congress. That's the job of the Congress, to create new laws and then to uphold them through the court system. The biggest concern, it looks like here, the biggest concern that the liberals and the Democrats had was that, hey, if this ends, these tenants that are going to be kicked out are going to be more susceptible, more vulnerable to COVID. That was the biggest argument, that we have to extend this so that these people aren't exposed to COVID. Well, the good news is, just here recently, the FHA, or is it the FHA? No, it's not the FHA. That's oh, that is funny. That is funny. Anyway, it was FDA approved. The Pfizer vaccine was FDA approved now, so it's safe for people over the age of 16. So the good news is that those that may have been concerned before about taking this vaccination may have enough to be able to take it now, and it reduces the chance of death. This vaccine does not prevent you from getting COVID. I mean, that's apparently proven through the research. It's only 40% effective on the variant. And it doesn't even stop you from carrying it doesn't even stop you from carrying to be a carrier of the virus. But what this does, it reduces the death rate. If you've looked on any news, they don't talk about the death rate anymore because it's almost non-existent. What they do talk about, and it's frustrating because it creates this frenzy of fear, right here. This is what the Biden administration submitted to the court requesting them to approve this extension. It says August 19, 2021, the 7-day average of daily new cases was just under 131,000, nearly tenfold over the rate when the court ruled back in June. Now, this is true. People are going to be getting COVID. They're going to be getting exposed to the variant. There's chances of them getting it, but the death rate is low. So that's good news. We are on the right track as far as a population. We are moving in the right direction. So I think the fear of the eviction moratorium ending and these people being exposed causing death, I think that is becoming a lesser of a point now, and really saying that these landlords are also struggling. The frustrating part is that because of COVID, landlords are getting hit. And because of COVID, the tenants are being hit because of this. It's a no-win situation here for both parties. So what does this mean now moving forward? What does this mean? This basically means that tomorrow we are going to see an increase in evictions. That's probably what's going to happen. The courts are going to probably be packed full with eviction requests and filing for evictions, giving out notices. And my estimation is probably in the next 60 days, we're going to start seeing that those homes potentially hit the market. Now, there is still a huge demand for rental property right now for people, for tenants. So they could just re-rent them to somebody else that could pay. But if people just want to get out and be done, they may just put their home up for sale and put it on the market. There's not going to be an eviction, or there's not going to be a foreclosure crisis as a result of this, simply because the market has increased so much, an average of 17% in some areas, that there's a lot of equity out there. You could probably sell it and make 17% more than you would if you would not. So these homes are probably going to go up for sale, and I expect that to happen in the next 60 to 90 days, in the coming 2 or 3 months down the road. Now, if you're a renter though, you need to apply for the rental assistance program to pay for your back rent. Now, you can apply for this. There's $47 million available for people to apply to this. I actually went on my site, my county website. I just Googled, Google your county and then rental assistance relief, and you'll see what's available. My county, actually in Douglas County, said that rental assistance program has closed. So I did a little bit further digging, and if I went to the state and looked at a statewide view of everything, you can see here that all these blue areas represent the areas that there is rental relief available. Right here, that little spot right there, that's where I live. Right there, there is no eviction relief, or there's no rental assistance in this area. However, Sarpy County, there is still some, and there's approximately about over $6 million has been awarded. Total number of awards has been just under 3,000. This is in my state. You're not seeing that. I apologize. There, I'll show you that right there, just so you can get a little picture. This is that's right there. This is what's available right now as far as a statewide goes. But I live right here. There's no relief. They've closed the applications for Douglas County. So in your area, if you're a renter, you're going to want to actually go to the county, type in your county name, look for rental relief, see what's available, and then you're going to need to reach out to your landlord. You're going to have to work with them as part of the application process. You're going to have to work with the landlord and see if they're willing to work with you to pay this back rent up to 12 months for it. That is going to be your best option to be able to stay in your home if you want to be able to do that. This is what I expect to be happening over the next couple months, 2 to 3 months. It'll be interesting. I'll give further updates as they come out. Guys, thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video, and we'll talk soon.